For decades, Ethiopia has relied almost entirely on the port of Djibouti for its international trade. Over 95% of its imports and exports flow through this single gateway. This isn't just a matter of convenience, it's a matter of survival. From food and medicine to fuel and machinery, everything that powers Ethiopia's economy passes through Djibouti. This has created a symbiotic relationship, with Djibouti's economy heavily dependent on the fees it collects from Ethiopian cargo. But this dependency is a double-edged sword, especially for Ethiopia. The problem with having all your eggs in one basket is that whoever controls the basket controls you. And in this intricate regional power play, Egypt has recognized this vulnerability and is using it to its advantage. The primary source of tension between Ethiopia and Egypt is, of course, the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, or GERD. Egypt, which relies on the Nile River for nearly all its fresh water, views the dam as an existential threat. It has employed a multifaceted strategy to pressure Ethiopia, and its relationship with Djibouti is a crucial part of this plan. So how does Egypt exert its influence? It's all about strategic diplomacy and economic investment. Egypt has been actively strengthening its ties with Djibouti, engaging in high-level diplomatic visits, military cooperation, and economic partnerships. For instance, Egyptian President Abdel Fattah El-Sisi's visit to Djibouti in 2021 was a landmark event, the first of its kind for an Egyptian head of state. This visit wasn't just a courtesy call. It culminated in several agreements, including military and security cooperation. By aligning with Djibouti, Egypt sends a clear message to Ethiopia. Your primary trade route is not beyond our influence. This creates a subtle but constant pressure. Imagine you're Ethiopia. You're trying to fill a massive dam that you believe is essential for your country's development and energy independence. But your downstream neighbor Egypt is dead set against it. At the same time, this same neighbor is building a strong alliance with the country that controls your only access to the sea. It puts Ethiopia in an incredibly difficult position. Any disruption at the port of Djibouti, whether through political maneuvering or other means, could cripple the Ethiopian economy overnight. This leverage is powerful. It forces Ethiopia to consider the potential economic fallout of any actions related to the GERD that Egypt might perceive as aggressive. Egypt doesn't need to directly interfere with the port's operations. The mere existence of its strong relationship with Djibouti acts as a deterrent. It's a strategic checkmate in the making. If tensions over the Nile escalate, could Egypt lean on its ally Djibouti to slow down or complicate Ethiopian trade? The possibility alone is a potent tool for negotiation. Ethiopia is acutely aware of this strategic predicament. This is why the Ethiopian government under Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has been desperately seeking to diversify its port access. The quest for sovereign port access has become a cornerstone of Ethiopia's foreign policy. This isn't just an economic goal, it's a national security imperative. The most notable effort has been the Memorandum of Understanding signed with Somaliland, a self-declared state, to gain access to the port of Berbera. This move, however, has created a whole new set of geopolitical shockwaves. Somalia, which considers Somaliland part of its territory, was furious, leading to a diplomatic crisis. But from Ethiopia's perspective, the risk is worth taking. The deal with Somaliland, if it materializes, would provide a crucial alternative to Djibouti. It's a bold attempt to break free from the strategic chokehold that its dependency on a single port creates. The deal involves Ethiopia potentially recognizing Somaliland's sovereignty in exchange for a 50-year lease on a 20-kilometer stretch of coastline for a naval base and commercial port access. This is a game-changer. It signals Ethiopia's determination to chart its own course and secure its economic future, independent of the pressures exerted through its reliance on Djibouti. But this has also drawn condemnation from regional and international players, including Egypt, which has reaffirmed its support for Somalia's sovereignty. Here we see the chessboard expanding. Egypt's support for Somalia against the Ethiopia-Somaliland deal is another move to contain Ethiopia's ambitions. By backing Somalia, Egypt further isolates Ethiopia and complicates its quest for port access, reinforcing the strategic importance of Djibouti. It's a brilliant, if ruthless, geopolitical strategy.